Right, good afternoon. Um, this is going to be a short presentation on Arcadier, um, a marketplace solution, platform as a service. And the topic of discussion that I'll be covering with you guys is around the rise of e-commerce marketplaces. Arcadia has been around since 2013 with the idea that anybody from any industry can come and set up a marketplace as easy as possible. So an agnostic platform designed for any industry, any type of business, whether it's entrepreneur all the way up to large enterprises. Some examples to show today as well. And of course, just really simply, the definition of a marketplace is essentially a digital channel for B2C, B2B companies who will then invite third-party sellers onto the marketplace to sell directly to their end customers. So what we'll cover in today's presentation is an idea of how all of that works, what the platform looks like, functionalities and features, but more importantly, how that compares to a typical e-commerce model. So some statistics which you can see online, but mostly from reputable sources such as Gartner and Forrester, which is a shift from the simple e-commerce model, which will be a single seller model, to a multi-vendor marketplace with additional functionalities and features, which I'll cover very shortly. And the real boost in marketplace or e-commerce marketplaces happen after COVID-19. So, and this growth has continued in 2020, more focused with B2B, just because of the disruption of maybe even sales reps going, on the ground for them to look for other revenue streams. For a lot of businesses, this e-commerce marketplaces were on roadmaps from 2021 following COVID, COVID-19 has accelerated all of these. So this is an illustration of a simple e-commerce model. On the top, you can see a single seller with an e-commerce admin. This will be the operator of that platform with multiple buyers. And this is a simple e-commerce model. What you can see below is an e-commerce marketplace. So if you are running an e-commerce platform right now, which will typically rely on a single seller model, our e-commerce, your next e-commerce marketplace model is designed to support multi-seller environments, as you can see on the left-hand side, allowing these businesses to collaborate with a variety of vendors and partners. You can see in the middle, it's quite hard to see, but as part of Arcadia's core marketplace platform is a number of functionalities and features which are designed to help on all areas of the management of the marketplace. So it's a true three-sided marketplace. So you can see that on the top there. It's a native three-sided marketplace. So there's three portals. One is an admin portal. So this will be the operator of the marketplace, looking to launch the marketplace, who will be managing the vendors, managing the operation of the marketplace, the front end, etc. You will have the buyers who will have their own portal, who are able to onboard, manage their listings, manage their inventory, place them on the front end, marketplace analytics, etc. And then obviously you'll have buyers on that marketplace too, whether it's on a B2B side or on a B2C, single sign-on, etc. And with Arcadia's platform, we have templated solutions. So when I alluded to at the beginning that it can be set up very easily, you can also use our API templates to make it custom. So for those that are operating a simple e-commerce platform, your go-to-market could be to re-platform with marketplace capabilities, as I discussed over here. So, you're running a simple e-commerce model. Do you need to start from scratch? But really, you can just re-platform, because we have the integrations available for those marketplace applications, whether that's Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento. So I think the key thing to just note from here are the reasons why you should scale into an e-commerce marketplace. So a number of things is that the business models for commerce are growing in more complexity. So what you're seeing is in e-commerce marketplace platforms is it's beyond just selling physical products. And this tends now to be an ecosystem of sellers who are not just selling physical goods, so selling services, maybe even rental space, digital goods, bookings, etc. And that's what we're seeing with a number of clients that we have working with Arcadier. So some of the industries that we have supported are listed below. But you can see the reasons why it's evident to really scale into a marketplace with multi-vendors, sellers on the marketplace to accelerate your business growth, to really expand your product range, onboarding new sellers. Something that we're working on in the next few weeks is to have our merchants and vendors that are with other marketplace platforms to sell on others, or even your own. So this helps for scale, and some of the other things that are self-explanatory here, which we can discuss in more detail. Our booth is just on the corner over there. Some of the things in terms of the functionalities, capabilities available from the administrator, so this would be the organization operating the marketplace, is how we have different ways of monetizing. So what is your commercial plan? What is the monetization model for that? So I guess simply would be transactions on fees. But more importantly, you can go a bit more deeper into that, and you can also group your merchants from VIP, gold, bronze as an example, and set them on strictly the types of merchants. If you've got high selling merchants, or larger merchants, you can set it on a merchant level or a vendor level, or you can set it on categories and subcategories. That's also possible for them. And the admin or the administrator has the ability to see all those data analytics to optimize their marketplace from the back end. We already discussed from a B2B perspective. We've got a number of clients within B2B. And this has been an example that I will show you later is a client of ours who is running a B2C marketplace, but also a B2B. So this is all possible within that. So you're able to augment your business, not to simply be a B2C marketplace, could be B2B, could even be C2C. So I'll show you that example. Some of the things here, as I kind of mentioned on the simple e-commerce platform model, they rely on a single seller. And marketplaces are obviously designed for a multi-seller environment. And that means what you'll have on that marketplace, very simply, as I alluded to previously, is an increased inventory, diversity, product range, and this obviously caters to different customer needs from different regions and different industries. And the other thing that perhaps wasn't mentioned, but is worth mentioning from the B2B side, is the ability to really have chat functions and ability to negotiate between that, especially when you're doing bulk buying and negotiations on those. So that's all available within the platform too. Some of the other things here is, as I mentioned, it's possible to re-platform. So your go-to-market strategy could be from a single e-commerce model to a multi-vendor marketplace, which is from the back end multi-vendor checkout as well. And I had already alluded to some of the integrations that are available on the Arcadier core platform. the likes of Shopify, WooCommerce, and Magento. So you're happy to use the front end on other marketplace applications and the back end for Arcadier, which is typically what our clients do. These are just some of the things that we go through in our engagement with clients, typically to understand their businesses. We understand businesses are all very different. Sometimes choosing your marketplace provider is based on industry, or sometimes a lot of clients too come to us because we are agnostic, and there's a flexibility there for that. Businesses do evolve over time. We've had some of our clients go from single regions to multi-regions to expand globally, and also in terms of their product offering from a B2C marketplace to then add B2B. So we are very adaptable in that regard, and it's a very tailored solution as part of that, because what we're doing here is using Arcadier's best practice in deploying over 10,000 marketplaces since its inception. This is just an example. We can show you some more examples at our booth over there, just on the corner, M75. Now this is a B2C marketplace, but it's also a P2P. So businesses are able to sell products and goods, service, well, really it's just physical goods at the moment, but also P2P. So the average consumer, if you think of a Facebook marketplace or an eBay where you're able to list your own items, that's all possible. So these are for unique, rare collectibles. Example here of some of the products that are being sold on that marketplace. And some of the things here that we have been able to support with MyToki is scaling their category offerings from 4 to 8 within 12 months. And some of the types of products you can see here, so the type of categories you could envisage. The one thing that a lot of clients have challenges with that are launching a marketplace is really around how do they onboard their merchants. How easy is that? How complex is that? And from a regulatory standpoint, if it's within healthcare, how rigid and how comprehensive should it be? And that can all be managed by the administrator. It can be done, you know, as easy as possible, especially when you're starting out and you've got the first 3 months of scale. You want to make sure those initial 10, 15, whether it's the first 100 merchants, have a very easy onboarding, and then from there to scale up and have some more rigor and checks done in place for them. So with this specific example, we went from onboarding 100 merchants to in a few months onboarding 2,000 merchants. So that's one example there. This is some of the ways that they've been able to increase customer, or I guess users on the website, and increasing engagement and interactions. There's a lot of live streams that are going on, especially from the P2P side of things, and auctions, just like how you would on eBay. It's kind of a good example, but it's a very niche industry here. So these are just some of the examples of how we've supported some of our clients. And I will pause there. And if you would like to have a bit more of an in-depth discussion about some of the other clients that we have, so it's from B2B, B2C, industries include healthcare, financial institutions, so we've worked with some banks, and all the way from entrepreneurs to larger enterprises. So thank you very much.